There.
Peace,
Gotcha.
peace. Secret house. Secretness. We're back after a pretty decent hiatus. I feel like we almost got it together a couple times, but we like yesterday, what happened with Spade was so wild. We should first explain what the fuck is going on. Thank you.
Right.
Shout out to all of our listeners. Secret House Against the World, Tokyo-based, 3 individuals that talk about independent hip-hop art and culture, primarily underground things that are not so popular, but we dabble with all types of shit. We do all types of shit. I am Robinson Mega. You can call me Meg.
Hey, yeah, I'm L Spade. Dude on the left.
Very tall Allah.
Very tall Allah. Yeah, man. So today before we got into the reviews, we're going to be dropping 3 album reviews. 3, right? Are we doing 3?
Sure.
Danielson, Elucid, and Namir Blade.
That's right.
Those are our 3, right? We good. So we're going to drop those after this video within the next few days. Probably drop the Elucid first because alphabetically it starts with that. Yeah?
It does?
Yeah. No. It's actually Danielson. We'll see. We'll figure it out.
I
But
got
yeah,
dyslexia.
pay attention.
It's cool.
Thank you guys for supporting and watching. We wanted to do a couple comment responses. First, we should say thanks to all of the people who consistently show up in the comments.
Yes.
Thank you for rocking with us. I'm always happy to see our familiar faces in there. Always have really great insight. I like our comment section a lot. Some of you guys are great. Some of you are not so great. But the ones that I be rocking with, I really do fucking enjoy them.
500 subscribers too.
Yeah,
right? I
we're-
don't think we've mentioned that.
Oh yeah, thank you. We got to 500. I think we like at 550 almost
Yeah.
exactly right now. So yeah, please like, comment, share. I think the likes are the most important thing to get it on the algorithm. You know what I mean? But a lot of times too, the albums we review is like nobody else reviewed them. But yeah, so like us more, and maybe
Please.
we'll do a Patreon soon.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Give us
and-
money.
and give us a reason to get together more often and put out some secret content.
Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah, let's first. I wanted to explain. I was talking to somebody. He was like, "Yo, when's the Elucid coming up?" And I was like, "Yo, Spade was on his way here today, but he was involved in a train attack on the way here.
True story.
And
Maybe we
yeah.
can bring up the picture of the
Oh yeah,
shoes and
I'll,
the baby carriage.
I'll put some of the pictures up and shit. Right?
Funny, because y'all the first people I called. Like,
Word.
while it was happening, I video y'all, like, live, like, hey, I'm sorry. Just to let y'all know I wasn't, like,
Making
bullshit.
excuses and
Yeah,
shit.
like, look, guys, train attack right now.
That was the Fukutoshin line, yeah.
Yeah, Fukudoki.
All right.
In
So-
Higashi Shinjuku.
Yeah, so we all live in Tokyo in various parts. So one of the train line comes up to my place here in Ikebukuro, and like one station away. Yeah, if you was on the express, then it's like
It's one station. Express,
yeah, so
but
it's
I
like
was in
one
the local.
station away. Oh, local. So you like three stations
Three
away.
stops.
But nah, Spade was in the train cart, and I guess people started running towards him. And for those of you who don't know, like we've had some knife attacks on the trains recently. So there was a mass panic. They fucking trampled Spade. They threw their babies all over the place. Their shoes riddled throughout the train cars. And my man was just stuck for like 2 hours,
2 hours
on the train. Because a man got into a fight with another man, and old boy bugged out and jumped out the window and ran down the train tracks.
Couldn't take it no more.
This is like the metro, so it's like underground. So he's like,
Underground.
really? You know what I
in a
mean?
tunnel in complete
Yeah.
darkness. Well,
In a tunnel, complete darkness with trains. Yeah, it was reckless. He should have just caught that L and
you can't spell
Yeah.
Fukutoshin without fuck you. So yeah.
I see what you did there.
Word,
FUK.
man.
Summer
I'm
heat,
waiting
man.
I'm waiting for Jess' rap album to come out. You know what I mean? Or at least the poetry, the open mic poetry show. Yeah. Speaking of which, before we go into the comments, you got a new project that came out. Is that what you were saying?
Battle of the Beats.
DJ L Spade versus Classics Jones.
Yes.
Who was that?
Oh, it's another producer. He's actually a Billboard producer. He's done a couple songs. And
Is he out here?
No, he's in America. He's
Oh,
from
okay.
Tennessee, but now I think he lives in Atlanta or Alabama.
Okay.
And we got together and did a 3-beat battle. So the first one was electric music, the next one was trap music, the next one was R&B, and we just like do our beats together, see who had the best beats.
Who won?
Me.
Bet.
Yeah.
You know that.
I'm ready for Alchemist now.
House.
Alchemist,
Oh, yeah.
navy blue. What you got? I'm ready.
You should be who should he go up against?
Timberland.
Diplo. No, yeah.
Oh, Diplo.
yeah.
I'll take Diplo.
Yeah. I mean, I got confidence in you, but like Alchemist for me is like really up there.
I mean,
I like to see it though.
But navy blue, I got you navy blue.
Yeah, navy blue's ill too.
It
Yo, shout
is.
out to all those cats. But yeah, I need to check it out myself. You know, I don't do the social media, so I must have missed that completely. Yeah.
worries.
Word. All right, so comments. Let's go. Do you guys want to just go back and forth and grab a few here?
Now that you guys get it.
All right, so the first one I'm going to look at is a comment by Brett Favre's nephew on the RXK review that we did, GTA House in the Hills. He says, RXK and Pap, geniuses. But I did see a comment from you, my man, that was deleted that said that we were too old to be listening to RXK nephew.
I mean, you're not
know
wrong,
we
but
old.
fuck you.
Right.
You're not wrong, but fuck you.
Like, I'm a civilian and all this, man, but I mean, it was much different times 20 years ago. And we was not, I mean, I don't want to brag about the dirt that I've done, but I mean, we was pulling goo maneuvers like you probably don't even know about. Especially Brett Favre's nephew. I imagine you look a certain type of way and you come from a different type of place than at least me and Spade did.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, probably Mississippi.
Word.
Brett Favre from Mississippi, so he probably from the SIP.
He probably just liked Brett Favre because he a fan. But yo, thank you for the comment.
Yeah.
Much love. I put a little heart on there for you know what I mean? And then I got a comment from Tokyo Sash and Spade.
That's me.
Yeah, and you said, not gonna lie, I listened to Sudden Death and I like Death Fame better. Did you go through and listen to any of more of the Quelle Chris albums? Because Sudden Death is just a single.
Yeah.
Without rapping in it at that.
Right.
I'm actually like scattered. I like to listen to stuff on random.
Okay.
So like I'm trying to get the whole experience of his catalog. But yeah, man, dude is good. Like that's all I can say. Like he is like Bizarro Rory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get the comparison that you got there. I think they're really different, but I also see the similarities, I guess. Yeah. Word up. I'm looking forward to hearing more of your thoughts on his work. I'm sure that you'll have more things to say. Also on the Death Fan video, we've got Elliot Sang who says, this is dope. Keep reviewing the underground. We need more channels like this doing this. Thank you, sir. Really much appreciated that.
Salute.
Thank you for the subscription. You know what I mean? Also, I got a message I put here that we taking the weekend off because it's Spade's birthday. Happy belated
Hey.
again. That was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm
All
old
right.
as hell.
And last weekend we didn't record because you were a little bit out of it. Is that what happened?
No, he had
Spade was out of it.
You were out of it last weekend?
No, last weekend I had.
We were gonna
a
do like
job.
Saturday and then
Whatever it was,
Sunday?
it wasn't my fault.
No, it was kind of your
I feel
fault
like
though.
I
'cause
feel
you
like
had
one
a-
of the days
No,
we
not
were
my
like
fault. Not my
we
fault.
woke up
Definitely not me.
up on Sunday morning and all of us were like, ugh.
Okay, that was
I think
my
that
fault.
was.
I, do
I
remember
think it was
that.
all
Yeah,
three of us.
yeah.
No, I waited a little bit and it was
Yeah.
like too late now, so
Yeah.
we'll just record later. But no, so I posted that and I was saying that the Elucid is dope. The first one, shout out. I see that person all the time in the comments. He says Betamax is the meaning of life. I love that. And another cat named Baron Chanda. Forgive me for the mispronunciation. Says ditto. Split Tongue is the anthem of the album for me. We are going to be recording that review today. But so yeah, I look forward to our thoughts on that. Thank you for the comment. Do you guys want to help me read some of these?
Oh,
or?
yo, okay. On the Decca review, my man Think Impulsive says Decca is the greatest prophet of our time, and what he's talking about is legit, but you need certain reference points that y'all don't have, and it shows. And I think he's referring to like a degree of like spirituality and like otherworldly stuff that maybe Deus Magnus Niger Quoniam. If you are watching this, then it is too late for you. What
Huh?
happened? Where the fuck are we?
All I know is I gotta do some editing and shit.
We're doing the Elucid? We're doing
Yeah.
the Elucid, right?
Yeah, we're
Alright.
doing the Elucid.
Cool.
I mean, all right, I get it. I know that we were going to get some comments like that with Decca because he's got a huge fan base and also he's a very technical rapper, and just like our enjoyment of it was going to get some type of comments like that. That's not even the worst of them that I saw. There was one that was calling him like like a greatest American prophet of our times, and I'm a person who reads a lot of political theory and such, and that was a very political album, and I just didn't get the depth that I guess you guys are. I appreciate the wordplay, but I would have liked it better if you would have recommended some other Decca albums to us like we asked. But I mean, go off.
Well, I get it, man. When you in this public space and you're talking about somebody's love of music, it becomes irrational at times. Like I'm used to getting knives thrown at me, and it's cool because a lot of you guys don't think logically when it comes to your music. You think with your heart. It's like Tupac fans, and I would say Billy Wood fans. Y'all don't think logically. It's love with you guys. So that's why I get it.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Oh, Billy Wood's the new Tupac.
I don't know
Can't
if I
say
agree
nothing
with
bad
that
about
either.
Billy Woods.
No.
I dare you.
I think that like logic is like something that we don't need to apply to that type of lyricism. Like the art form. Like when you look at an impressionistic painting, you don't necessarily expect to see a 1-to-1 ratio of understanding to it. It's an impressionistic painting. It represents something, and art is allowed to have.
I would totally
logic
agree
is
with you.
Not the.
I would
logic
totally agree
is-
with you. My whole point is though, like when it comes to talking about Billy Woods, Tupac's, and to a point, Decca, folks don't think about anything. It's just their love of it.
I mean, I think you could
outshines.
say that about everything,
Jet
though, right?
sits down while Mega and Spade argue about Billy Woods. We got a comment from
We-
07 on the Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale.
Actually,
and-
while we're on the Billy Woods, there's Billy Woods comments.
Oh, word?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
we got
yeah.
more Billy Woods?
There's
All right,
Billy
all
Woods
right,
comments,
all right.
so we might as well just keep going with that. But this
I saw it
guy,
was up on
Mr.
your phone, so I was like, all right, we're
No,
moving on.
I appreciate the segue. That was actually a really good one. But no, there's it says I appreciate this is about the Billy Woods, and it happened about a week ago. I appreciate Spade putting his thoughts out. I can relate to him, as when I started getting to abstract rap, I was still on the fence with the cryptic verses, obscure references, and all the big words. I started to get it as I realized that was the point of this art, to get you to think, to work hard, to research and discover the mystery behind these abstractions. Great art challenge you, as Tarkovsky puts in his book, Sculpting in Time. If you try to please audiences, uncritically accepting their taste, that can only mean you have no respect for them and that you simply want to collect their money. And instead of training the audience by giving them inspiring works of art, you are merely training the artist to ensure his own income. Billy Woods is not for everyone because he has respect for his audience, the people who listen to him and understand him, the people who are already putting in the time and the effort to try to understand him, the dense academic themes the album deals with. Billy Woods is not asking you to endlessly stream the album in the background while you do your dishes, but for you to sit with the album at least once and pick it apart as best as you could. That is inspiring art at its best.
What?
And I think,
I mean, I actually like that take. I love that comment, and thank you for that comment, like dead ass. But I will say that sometimes you just don't like stuff. Like, it doesn't have to be so deep. And I get if you want to make it that deep, but for me, it's like, okay, cool, but that's not what I'm here for. But I do understand your point, and I get everything you're saying, and, sitting down, picking it apart, and Billy Woods being unconventional, which I have to say again, I like Billy Woods. Let me keep on saying that. But, more power to you. Like, I really like the comment though. Like, dead ass. Thank you for the.
We've got one more really long Billy Woods comment too, and I don't know if I want to read the whole damn thing. Do you see this one?
Shouts out to Avery Strange Guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, you want to read that one, Jet?
Sure, appreciate this channel for this sort of discussion. I'm more towards how Mega feels about the album, but I kind of see what Spade means around pretension, although honestly, I feel like both got a bit charged up. Word.
Yeah, word.
Spade's kind of wrong for saying it's for people who want to feel smarter than others, and I don't want to decipher Billy so I
Damn,
can
I
feel
said that?
smarter than...
Yeah.
That's what you said. I don't want to decipher Billy so I can feel smarter than people who don't get him. I want to decipher because there's so much to dig up in his lyrics. And Jet made a point about the barbed wire / slinky bar, how it could be moving you towards some sort of surreal feeling where it's kind of too dangerous to really be in front of you. Spade butted in to say you could interpret it like that, but maybe not. I don't really like the way of thinking. Sure, you could take it at face value, but I think when we talk about writing like this, we don't need to limit ourselves to what we think Billy meant. We should talk more about how it made us feel. We have no idea whether Woods wanted us to interpret it that way, but Jet clearly felt something from it, which is a W for the music in his opinion. Which, yes, absolutely. But yeah, I see throughout the comments Meg is apologizing for cutting in so much, and that's fair too, because you've got to recognize whether or not Spade appreciates the same stuff isn't a slight to the music or a disrespect to the artistry. It's just having a different taste and views on what makes enjoyable music. Maybe he doesn't think calling it Ethiops was necessary, and yeah, sure, he's not appreciating the nuance, but not everyone will. Maybe it went over his head, but maybe he's just not interested in catching it either way, because that's not his thing. Anyway, I'm sorry for the huge verbose comment. No, you're good, man. Just wanted to say I enjoyed this video, even though it was kind of frustrating. How do you think I felt? And I love the channel. Fuck the alt-right. Fuck the alt-right.
But why do people think I didn't get it? Like, just because I didn't like it. It's like,
No. That's what he's saying, though, right?
Yeah.
He's saying whether or not it's the case you didn't get it or you just didn't appreciate it, like it just wasn't for you. Like either way, that's
Yeah,
it's
I get
fine.
it, but it's just so dismissive. Like people, well, you didn't get it. I'm like, well, maybe I got it and didn't like it.
Calling it pretentious is
Calling it
dismissive too.
pretentious is
Okay, once
super.
again, when
and then the way you build yourself out with these other adjectives for
No,
it, it's
that's
like pretentious is always weaponized.
Pretentious.
It's always derogatory.
I
That's
can
a
see how it
loaded
can be
word.
taken derogatory, but like I didn't mean it in that sense. I meant it in the sense of being splashy and like
Artsy.
artsy and like big. That's
Those
what I
are
meant
all
when I said
better
pretentious.
words than pretentious, though.
Yeah.
I
That's
know,
the
but
only thing.
pretentious fit more for me. Like I felt like pretentious, like hit it the nail on the head. Like sometimes I feel, once again, that being pretentious isn't bad.
I just, I didn't comment on a lot of the comments you posted on that video because I just wasn't in the mood for it. My brother Kari's mom passed away that week, and I just was not in the mood for it. But I also thought I didn't want to go back and forth with you in the comments. Probably we have a conversation in person. It's like what I learned from that video is like I don't need to challenge you so much. I need to let you get your shit off, me get my shit off, and let Jet get his shit off, and let the comments take from our opinions as it will. But on that, like I was a little bit shocked because during the the first time that we talked about Billy Woods, you had comments that I didn't agree with when we did Haram. And then with this, I thought you would make a different effort. But the first thing you came out with was that it was pretentious, which is almost the same thing as calling it word salad.
But that wasn't the first thing I came out with, though. It wasn't.
I think it was one of them.
I said I liked the album. Like the first time I said I liked the album, I thought it was a little bit pretentious.
It's like a backhanded compliment. Like it's kind of like what I do when I say like I think this is a good Corday's good, but I think he's also kind of whack. And that's why when you called it pretentious and you said his fans were pretentious, I was like, what are you saying about me, bro? Like I really got unhinged in that. And the biggest one that got me was like, you were like, why not just call it blackness? And I'm like, bro, that is not the point of art at all.
Oh, well, see, here's the thing, right? And this is
why that review
I felt
for
like
that argument.
Yeah, I felt like if I had a chance to explain without people cutting me in, you would have got what I was saying. And that was my whole thing. And like even the whole Ethiops thing, once again, had I had time to explain like what I was coming from, because Ethiops being a derogatory term for black people and it deriving from Ethiopians, from that whole term, I could explain that then. But hey, it's whatever.
I tend to, I've learned this about Spade since the first time we met. He did my podcast first.
I did.
And we just went back and forth and talk. And that's kind of how me and Spade communicate, but it's not always the best way to discuss art or what I really want us to achieve on our review channel. So I did apologize for cutting him off often. It would have been better to let you get your thoughts off, without me being like, wait, hold on, let me attack each sentence before you have a chance to lay it all out. And I'm not going to allow myself to do that anymore, especially today we're reviewing a Lucid, which is very similar in lines to Billy Woods. But yeah, man, I love these type of comments. It's very thoughtful. You can tell this guy watched the video and paid attention. He didn't clock in for 2 minutes and have some type of 2 minutes into the guy on the left, I hate myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like we get comments where it's like, give us a chance, man. Like this whole thing is set up because I didn't get Jet and Spade to do this with me because I wanted to have an echo chamber of us all high-fiving and having thumbnails of us being like, oh my God, album reactions. Like this is a hip-hop conversation that I've been having with people for 30 years almost. Like some people don't rock with other types of music and I'm the same way. So thank you for that comment, man. That comment was dope.
Yeah, damn good comment.
Speaking of pretentious albums, splashy and artsy albums, we have a comment here from my man 07 who I might not have saved it. Yeah, my man 07 who's always in the comments. I love this guy and his opinions. He was talking about Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale, and I think on the video I called the hot step.
Nobody correct you,
right? Demetrius is Marianne now. Word, I'm up. No, but shout out to my man. He gave us a really long and thoughtful comment. Spade, do you want to read this one?
Oh man, I got this.
Okay. All right. So
it's gonna be slow.
So he starts off, he says, with a quote, he says, I hope you find some peace of mind in this lifetime. He says, great review, fellas. Thank you. Hope y'all doing well. I think we all are. Thank you for your blessings, fam, and likewise. He says, in my opinion, this is Kendrick's best work to date because it's a personal, therapeutic check-in of a soliloquy published to the world. I'm a Kendrick stan, so I got to tone down on the jock riding, but I really enjoy the grueling work of introspection. Anyways, I agree with y'all. The musicality was a little stale and a little too tampered with, but his relatability and brand of self-expression was genius, always innovative, eerily trend-setting, while being intoxicatingly somber and sobering. All in all, not my favorite album, but it helps to be a soundtrack to a man trying. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot how to read. All in all, not my favorite album, but helps to be a soundtrack to a man trying to mentally, spiritually, and socially repair himself and the relationships closest to him. A beautiful, introspective piece to the black communities of America as well as worldwide. People who grew up in the blacker pockets of America definitely have seen or personally experienced the topics Kendrick expressed about, but just may not choose to relate, identify, or want to listen to any of it. When a student is ready, the teacher will appear. There's a time and a place for everything. Big stepping off my soapbox. Appreciate the three of you. Great review.
Murderer.
Great comment, man.
That was a damn good comment. I can't do nothing,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of stuff in that review I didn't touch on that I loved about that album.
I appreciate our comment section. Like, I really appreciate some, we have, people like '07, cancer biologist, Bennett M's always, coming through with good insight. Raheel Rai, the comment we talked about earlier. We got some real dope comments.
Thanks for that comment, man.
I said Avery Strange Guy earlier. I realized it's meant to be a very strange guy. My friend is named Avery, so I was just like, oh, yo, shouts out to Avery.
Avery.
A very strange guy.
In regards to the Kendrick album, man, I'm a Kendrick stan too. He's probably the only technically mainstream artist that I really, really like and don't have caveats about liking him. Like, I like Jay-Z. I've been listening to Jay since I was in high school, 25 years ago and shit. But, with Jay, I've always got to be like, yeah, but he does this nasty and he does that nasty and he's a part of this nastiness and Bell Hooks was right about Beyonce and shit like that. But when it comes to Kendrick, he's kind of unscathed for me. Like, he's still clean and he's still good. I like his art. This album is phenomenal. I just personally didn't enjoy it as much. I understand the depth and complexity and the importance of the topics, but musically, I just didn't really feel like going back to listen to a lot of it.
I think this album is preparing us for the fall off. Like you say, he's unscathed. Yeah. I think he sees the scathe and the drop off coming. And once again, one thing I want to talk about the album I didn't talk about, the tap dancing in between the interludes was miraculous. That little bitty note of da 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 tap dancing all throughout the thing to show how black folks got to tap dance all throughout.
I thought
America.
we did touch on that. I'm pretty sure I mentioned the tap dance at once. Yeah. I don't think we fleshed out the idea saying that it was supposed to symbolize. I thought we did say that though. Because that's been a thought of mine.
Because there's also a line on one of those interludes where he says quit dancing around the point or something, right? So you have that kind of double meaning where there's that historical kind of, quote unquote, shucking and jiving, blackness, this idea, the Sidney Poitier type,
Harry
Belafonte,
yeah.
We about to say Harry Basquiat.
I'm a big fan of Bonafuco. I enjoy Bonafuco.
Yeah, Kendrick as this black performer, but simultaneously just this idea of actually having to talk about these issues as opposed to tap dancing around them. It's really dope. I think this album is dope. I also personally didn't enjoy it very much. It didn't do much for me. I haven't really gone back and listened to it again. I've listened to a couple of tracks here and there when they come up in conversation. But nobody's doing crazy introspective shit like Kendrick in the mainstream. And the fact that this album has such a huge platform and has been seen by so many people and taken on board by so many people is great. It's really incredible. And I think a really good point does get made about how, especially in the sort of blacker pockets of America and stuff like that, there is a certain degree of the subject matter that resonates more with certain audiences, because there's definitely some stuff on there that just went over my head as a British person, especially with everything going on in America right now. It's it's difficult. I try very hard to be as empathetic as possible when I listen to this kind of music, because I listen to a lot of American music. I listen to a lot of Japanese music as well, and I'm not from those cultures, but I think it's very important to try and garner a strong understanding of what you're listening to and the cultural context that it exists in.
A lot of these themes I'm really hoping reach a lot of my black brothers and sisters in places where these type of messages are not prevalent at all when it comes to this new world of a larger emerging LGBTQIA plus community. These people have long since been minorities, and even in our communities, you black, it's already tough enough. You black and gay, it's tough. You black and transgender, you black fat transgender and left-handed, you got your whole shit fucked up. You know what I mean? So I like that Kendrick is one of the people putting these messages out, and even if it only saves one person, I think that's really dope. I as a person that believes in a strong idea of politics and what can be done by people with his voice, I wish he would read. some more. Like, I wish he would read more, and I wish that these type of things become stronger for him, and he goes even further left to do things that would affect our communities in a positive way. And I know he does already, but like, just going at it like Nipsey Hussle ain't enough in my opinion. And I just want to see more from Kendrick, and that also means like, just like, make me feel good about the music a little bit more. Let me like, damn,
Make me feel good.
yeah, like damn is I listened to the album a couple times, like, all right, I'm just gonna go listen to Damn right now.
Best album.
Yeah.
Best Kendrick album.
It's probably moved its way into like number 2 for me at this point.
Still Pimp a Butterfly is number 1.
I really like Pimp a Butterfly as a complete piece of art, but I listen to Damn more than any of the other albums. So,
Damn,
Well, it's easy to go back to individual tracks on that album.
Yeah.
Like that and Good Kid and Section 80
Yeah.
are all like, they're not large conceptual pieces in the same way that this one and Pimp are.
Right.
So it's quite easy to be like, yo, I'm gonna go listen to Duckworth because that beat slaps.
sure.
Yeah.
You know, there's movies that are like massively rewatchable, like that you could, Die Hard's on, you could start that at any point and enjoy it and follow into or walk away, or you might just want to see one scene from that. But there's also movies that are taken in as a whole piece of art, and it's like they are supposed to work that way, and I kind of feel that way about Pimp a Butterfly. I don't feel that way about Damn.
I'm glad you said Die Hard. It ain't Christmas. It's Hans Gruber fall through the goddamn ceiling.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it ain't New Year's until some old like we get the numbers of how many Japanese people died of eating mochi and shit.
Yeah.
That's some real Japanese shit. Y'all don't know about that, but
I can't eat mochi either though.
Word.
Yeah, maybe I'm the old man,
I
but
just
I
don't.
choke on it too.
I don't like it. Just don't
Yeah.
fucking like it.
Oh, mochi's cool.
Yeah.
I
Mochi,
knew you was
dango,
gonna like
yeah.
mochi. Knew it.
I like sakura mochi. Like, yeah.
I don't know,
Dango, like,
man.
all that
Do you
good
eat
shit, man.
natto?
Yeah.
I
I do,
come
man.
on, bro.
That's
I
just
just
real
don't-
good for you.
I just-
real
it
nutritional.
is.
Like,
It's a superfood.
you wanna cheat,
Miso is too though.
a cheap,
Yeah, I like
easy,
miso.
filling breakfast that will like get you started through your day and give you lots of nutrients.
And stanks.
Yeah.
Smell like feet
Rice,
and booty.
natto, raw egg, mix that shit up.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's like eating
you're
booty.
good to go. You're good to go.
It's like eating booty, guys.
I
got
don't
a
know. I'd
problem with
rather
eating
eat booty than natto.
I
It
think I
depends on the
would,
booty.
too.
It depends on the booty.
yeah.
It depends on the booty.
Yeah.
But I think I got one more comment for us, fellas. And this one was on Frank, the Fly Anakin review by a cat named Malt Vegas. He says, I know it's old, but can y'all review Concept Jackson First Thought rap tape? Really interested in your thoughts. It's my favorite from him. I'm a big fan of that too. As long-time listeners see, we try to get together as often as we can, but it's not like an every weekend thing. And so when we do record, it's typically for newer album releases, albums that haven't been reviewed and touched on like that. And since this one is quite old at this point, I don't know if we would get to older reviews, like not classic, but like an older review until we like. This is like Patreon content.
That's Patreon content. You beat me to it.
Yeah, Patreon content. So, or you know, Spade asked me a couple weeks. He's like, "Yeah, you want me to record a single review?" I'm like, "No. Let's keep it Secret House all 3, and then once we Patreon up, we could fucking single review our asses off all day for
some
the
live
Patreons
streams and shit.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That type of stuff. So, yeah, man, and that speaks to the entire concept of going back and reviewing old albums. Still keep on dropping newer albums that you want to hear reviewed. Maybe we missed it. We found out about Decca that way. So yeah, if it happens enough times where we got people telling us that these artists are prophets and dragging us in the comments, then yeah,
And yo,
we'll fight you.
try to be like, don't be so soft. Don't like unsubscribe because we said something you don't like. We're being authentic to our feelings. We're not out here trying to like whore out for likes and be like, oh my god, everything is so awesome and wonderful. No, dude, you're gonna get a real opinion from us. So
Yeah.
don't get too sensitive if we don't like the song that you like. You should be appreciative of that.
You can unsubscribe if you want. I don't care.
There was I don't like one of the review
Whatever.
channels that kind of inspired me for this, and also just life, because talking about hip hop albums has been a thing. But I was a fan of Dead End Hip Hop and their approach, and over the last few years, I kind of feel like since they got popular, Mike Seatown especially has kind of toned down his thoughts or refined them in a way that I don't find as interesting as early Mike Seatown and shit. And I never want to reach that point. We already have some of the artists who are hitting us up and being like, "Yo, thanks for the review," and like especially that AJ Suede joint. Like we were kind of harsh on my man a little bit, but he was still
Yeah.
like, "Thank you for the comments." I'm
Shout
not
out to
going
AJ Suede.
There's no way that I'm gonna have to like hold my tongue to give my thoughts. And that's why I won't review my friends' albums, because you know what I mean.
Yes.
It's like we homies. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but word. That's it. Or is the secret out?
Secret house.
Secretness.
Secret housekeeping.
AJ Sway.
forever.